Good day, YouTube. Road Ninja here, coming at you from Victoria, Australia. And I was just pulling apart this beautiful girl you see in front of you, so I could disable the exhaust butterfly valve, which is, I'll show you. I've already taken the exhaust off, and there's already a fair few things that are loosened and had off. I just put them back on there because I thought, hold on, maybe there's some people out there would actually like to know how to do stuff like this. I'll quickly show you. But to remove the exhaust, depending on what you got, it's quite simple. Like, all I had to do, as you can see, it was just one bolt here and loosen the exhaust clamp, which was a 10mm for me. Could be different for you, but more likely probably be the same. And that just pulls straight off, and that's it. But I'll show you what I mean. I don't know if you can see that, but that thing in there, that's the butterfly valve I'm talking about, which is operated by a servo motor, which you'll find up under here. Pretty much the only reason those are on there, a lot of people say it's there for power, or they'll put it on there for low-end power or mid-range power, and don't take it off, don't do this to it, you shouldn't do this, it's going to cause problems. No. Pretty much the main reason these are on there for emission controls and sound. So pretty much how it works, I don't know exactly how the range this one works in, but at a certain point in time, it will start to close to quieten down the exhaust a bit so it can pass its emissions and regulations, so it's not too loud. That's pretty much the only reason it's on there. It's just so they can get the bike on the road without any hassles from people going, oh, it's too loud, you can't sell that, you can't have that on the street. So yeah, that's pretty much the only reason. So I'm going to quickly show you how to take it off. It's pretty much... Now, I'm working on a 2016, stepping on all my tools, 2016 Kawasaki ZX-10. But depending on what bike you have, it's going to be roughly the same. All you'll have to do is, as you can see, that's old. You'll be able to see it a bit better, but there's two cables there, which run up. You can see them just in there. And they run up in there. Depending on what bike you have and all that, you find where your butterfly valve is and follow those cables and pretty much follow the same procedure. That's pretty much all you got to do. Oh, I had that loose. Remove your rear seat. Once again, I'm working on this bike. If you've got a Kawasaki, it's going to be roughly the same. So if you've got a Kawasaki, I'm guessing it might be the same. So if it is, you'll need a 4mm Allen key and a 5mm Allen key, as well as a 10mm socket or spanner. Oh, well, you'll need a 10mm spanner as well. So you'll need both of them, or you can just use a spanner. And there's 4 bolts for the rear seat cowl, not cow, or plastics, whatever you want to say. Yeah, press these. And yes, there are little washers. There should be 4, but for some reason mine only has 3. What the fuck, Kawasaki? Not that it's too important. If I take something off, I always try to keep what I take off together. Even though it wouldn't really matter on this because there's so little stuff. It's not like you're going to forget. And then there's a couple of little clips, so you just push that back and that slides straight off. Sit there somewhere safe, there or anywhere else. Then there's 2 10mm bolts, which are already loose because I've already had all this off looking at it. two 10mm bolts. Oh yeah, if you're looking at it and wondering, that's for the muffler. If you're like, oh, you didn't show us take something off, that just pulls up, slides off, and there's the muffler. And as you can see, here is the servo, and all we've got to do is just disconnect these cables from both sides. Oh, I'll take all the shit off down here as well. There's another 4 bolts down here. I don't know why I tightened them. Probably to give you the idea of that I'm actually pulling something apart. Well, I am, but very well. And then there's one more back there for this little cover, which covers where the end of the cables clip on. See? Oh yeah. So these things, that's what you need to follow for that butterfly in there. That's it. Ow. Alright. Fucking, I shouldn't need a fucking small screwdriver. Fuck it. Who cares? Depending on what you've got, it might be clipped on differently. Where's that screwdriver? So that's the servo. Now some people will be like, oh, you can bloody unplug the servo when you're done. Don't unplug the servo. If you unplug this, you're going to get a fault code light, more than likely. You get an engine fault code light on. Now, not that it's going to really cause you any problems, and that's not going to bloody turn. And I don't have a fucking key for that. Oh. There we go, got it. Pretty much what you're trying to do is just get that cable out of wherever it's seated, slide it around, pop it off like that. And same for the other side. Come on, you fuck. There we go. That's it. Leave everything how it is, or else you're going to get a light. You can get what's it called, a servo buddy or something like that, and pretty sure you can remove that and then plug that thing in, and it'll have a program in it to stop it from registering any codes or anything like that. But doing this is completely fine. It'll still do what it thinks it's doing, but because the cables are not attached, of course we know it's not. And I was saying you'll need a spanner. Is for these little 10mm down here. It's one. And that's two. In there's something that'll be sitting in there like that. There's a clip behind it, a bit of wire they put in there to hold it in place. So what I'm trying to do is just slide it out under there. they're both free from that. And of course they're getting stuck on something down there. Bloody shits at things. Something which I said was so easy is easy, but obviously when you try and make a video of something, the easy shit doesn't turn out to be easy. How am I going to get in there? There we go. So what's happening is the nice little ballies that lock into place on the end of the wires or cables, they're doing was getting wedged between the engine and the frame. And they're probably somewhere else. Where are they? What are you getting stuck on now, cunts? There. That's one. Oh, there we go. We're done with that shit. Yeah, that's it. Minus the fucking and fiddling around. Now, for those who are like, oh, but if you take that off, then it's going to close on you. No. It's spring loaded. It'll just stay like that. You don't have any worries about that type of stuff. Alright, now to start putting stuff together. Back together. In the exact same manner you pull it off. And remember, when you're tightening screws and stuff like that, if it feels really tight and and you think it shouldn't, it probably shouldn't. So don't go tightening the fuck out of something which shouldn't be that tight. You don't want to cross thread and fuck it, or else then you've got to go out and try and find a new bolt or a thread kit to fix a thread that you've just buggered. I'm going to put this thing back on. If it'll fit in there still. I'm not. Just keep that with the cable. I'm going to keep the cable. The bolts down, these little ones down on the exhaust, if you've got them for the covers, you do not need to tighten these much. Because if you do, the little brackets that you saw there are only real thin, and you'll just bend the fuck out of them. They just need to be done up tight, not Superman tight or anything like that. If you over tighten them, you'll fuck something. You really will. They're just nice and firm. And try and stop it from bending around when you're doing it. And this little one back here was so annoying. Same thing, all bites for bits, for things like this, just nice and firm, don't over tighten stuff like that. Actually really don't over tighten anything. Technically you should be doing it to spec. I'm just going to line up the little pins, just slide it on, pretty much just sits there, line up, make sure pins are lined up, and just pull it down. Check for nice firm fitment. Yep. And put them all back in. And the best way to do stuff where there's multiple bolts is put them all in first. And then tighten them. Just so you don't do up one and then it's not perfectly lined up. And then you get to one of the other ones and it's like, oh fuck, now go down and do it again. Now all this shit would be a lot easier if I was down at my parents' place, but that's 2 hours away. I'm not doing it there because that is where my actual toolbox is and all my tools from when I was a mechanic. Not a bike mechanic, because I don't know pretty much jack shit about bikes. I know a hell of a lot more about cars. Even as you can see, like, I'm doing it from the bloody small end, because you do not need much pressure. Now look at me with a straw in me drink. Actually, before I put that on, yeah, look at that. I use my Kawasaki toolkit, which has fucking shit in it. It actually has probably all the Allen keys I needed. I didn't check that. I don't know where my spanners are, so I pulled this out, and lucky me, there was exactly what I needed in there. Get the fuck in there, cunt. There we go. I don't even know why I bother putting this back in. I should just bloody take it out and use all this bloody room in here for something else. But for now, they can stay in there. Now let's excuse you. Put that back on. I'll put that on later. Alright. Do you want to hear it like that? I think we do. Oh yeah. But I'm not going to ride around like that, that's stupid. I need a pipe. Oh yeah. Alright, so I'll quickly just show this. I'm not going to do it up because there's still some other stuff I'm going to do. But pretty much that. Both them are out of there. So you got one bolt. And then one on the exhaust clamp. And that's it. Alright. I hope that helped everyone who watches this. And if you like this, please chuck us a like down the bottom. Chuck some comments if there's anything else you want me to try and show you. And I'll chuck stuff up as I do it. And please subscribe. I'll catch you all next time.